My name is Anil. I am from second year Computer Science and Engineering. I have completed my diploma from Computer Science and Engineering. This is my first lecture on a subject of 4th sem CSE of Rajasthan Tukrojee Maharaj Nagpur University. The topic of my lecture is Introduction to System Programming and its components. It belongs to the subject System Programming. Introduction. What is a system? System is a collection of various components. Example, college is a system. School is a system. System has various components. So therefore system is a collection of various components. And what is programming? Programming is art of designing and implementing the programs. Now what is a software? A software is a collection of many programs. Basically a software contains n number of programs. Now the types of softwares. System software. There are two types of software. System software and application software. System software. This program assists general use of application programs. Example, operating system, assembler, means the program which are generally used to run a system are called as a system software. Now application software. These are the software developed for the specific goal. These software are developed to perform a various task or a goal. Now what is a system program? System program. These are the programs which are required for the effective execution of general user programs on computer system. Now let's come to the point. Basically, the basics were for actually what is system programming? It is an art of designing and implementing system programs. System programming is an art of designing and implementing system programs. Now components of system software. Actually what does a system software contains? Basically it contains of an assembler, compiler, macros and microprocessor, linkers and loaders. Now what is an assembler? These are the system programs which automatically translate the assembly level program into the machine level program so that it is easy for the microprocessor to understand the programs in the form of zeros and ones, as we know that machine only understands binary language. So assembler are the system programs which will translate the assembly language program into machine language program, which can be understood by the compiler. Now what is a compiler? These are the system programs which automatically translate the high level language program into machine level language program. Now as you know, system cannot understand English or any other high level language. So for that we will require a compiler. So actually what does a compiler does? It just converts the high level program into machine level program, that is binary equivalent. Now, what is a macro and microprocessor? Macro, a single line abbreviation for a group of instruction. Macro is a single line abbreviation for group of instruction. Now, for example, if we want to initialize a group of instructions and if we are using a single line abbreviation for that group of instruction, it will make the way of programming very easy. So, macro are used to decrease the length of the program and the code. This is the example of macro. Macro, start with the definition macro. Then this is just general example INCR, that stands for increment. That is a macro name, and inside that macro name we can just define sequence of instruction that are to be executed, and then end, m end stands for macro end. Linking and linker. Linking, the process of merging many objects module to form a single object module, is called as linking. For example, if we are doing a project, if you are doing a system, making a software project, for that we need many types of programs and modules. So that modules and programs are typed differently. So there are multiple modules in a software. So to run a software, we will not differently run each and every module. So we will link a single object program to many object module so that it will run properly. That is called as linking. Linker. Linker is a software program which binds many object modules to make a single object program. Loader. Loader is a system program. Loader is a system program that places the object program into main memory and prepare it for execution. So actually, what is a loader? Loader is basically used for allocation, linking, relocation and loading. And what is a loader? A loader is a program that will copy the object program into the main memory and it will prepare it for execution. Types of loader: compile and go loader, relocating loader, direct linking loader, absolute loader, general loader, dynamic loader. This all will be covered in the next unit of loader. Actually, this unit is just a general basic of system programming to just understand the concept of system programming. Actually, what is the goal of system software? If we are doing anything, we need a goal. We need a goal to perform anything. So why we are doing? So this is the goal of system software. The basic need of system software is to achieve efficient performance of the system, to make effective execution of general user program, so that if we type a program, so it should be effectively executed with some output. So therefore we need system software, and for effective utilization of human resources such as input and output devices to make available new and better facilities. Now, functions of operating system. As we have already studied the functions of operating system in the subject operating system, OS. So this is a generalized concept and general just simple which will be need for system programming. Functions of operating system are file handling and management, storage management, that is also known as memory management, device scheduling and management, CPU scheduling, information management, process control, error handling, protecting itself from user and protecting user from others. These are the main functions of operating system, so that a user can easily interact with the system. Foundation of system programming. This is the foundation of system programming, which contains a people, application program, then compilers, assemblers, macro processor, loading, text editors, debugging aids, searching, sorting, I/O program, file system, scheduler, libraries, memory management and device management. Foundation of system programming is just made. Actually, who are the people? People are the users who are operating the system through an application program. So they just need to execute a instruction or a sequence. We need this foundation of system programming. This is this generalized set of foundation of system programming, by which we can understand that how a program get executed. Now, description, foundation of system programming. It contains a description of the diagram which will be used and which will be helpful for writing in the exam, because this question may come for 7 to 8 marks in RTMNU. This is generally repeated questions. So let's continue. Now what is people? Just I told, the user who is operating the system. A person who is operating the system are known as people. Now application program. An application program, sometimes called an application or an app in short, which is any program designed to perform a specific function directly for the user. Now we are the user, we need to interact with the system, so for that we need an application program. Compiler. A compiler is a software program or set of programs that convert source code written into programming language into another computer language. So if we are, for example, compiler just converts programming language into computer understandable language. So if we are, for example, we are using programming language C, so we are typing C in English, that is high level language, so that is not understood by the compiler. So for that, compiler converts into computer language, that is binary language, or we can say low level language. Assembler. An assembler is a program that takes basic computer instruction. An assembler is a program that takes basic computer instruction and converts them into a pattern of bits that our computer's processor can be used to perform its basic operation. Now what is an assembler? Basically an assembler is a program that takes basic computer instruction. So it takes the instruction from the users and convert that instructions into the pattern of bits so that it can be understood by the system, by the computer's processor to perform the basic operations. Microprocessor. An integrated circuit that contains all the function of central processing unit of a computer. Now what is a microprocessor? Microprocessor is a place where each and every instruction is executed. So it is an integrated circuit of central processing unit, that is CPU of a computer. Loader. A loader is a part of an operating system that is responsible for loading programs and libraries. A loader is a part of an operating system that is responsible, it is responsible for loading the programs. Now if you want to execute a program, we need to load that program. So loader is used to load that program so that the program will be in the current execution. And libraries. Now what are the libraries? Libraries are the place where each and every functions of systems are stored. So loader basically just loads the program and libraries. Text editor. What is a text editor? Text editor is a computer program that lets a user enter, change, storage and usually print text. Now if you want to type any programming, we need a text editor. Example Notepad. That is known as text editor. Debugging. Debugging is the process of finding and reducing the number of bugs or defects in a computer program. Now if we type a program, there are many type of bugs, there are many type of errors. So debugging is a process to clear that error so that the program will be error free. Now what is searching and sorting? Searching and sorting. Sorting is nothing but storage of data in a sorted order. It can be ascending or descending. It means that to arrange the data in a particular order, that may be ascending or may be descending. Because if when we are doing a programming, or we are making a program, or we are making a software, when we are interacting with the system, we just interact and enter everything in just unsorted order. So that is the work of the system, that it sorts in ascending or descending order. Now what is searching? A searching algorithm that retrieves the information stored within some data structure of the system. Now if we are using a system and we are writing a program, so as the program is loaded, once the program is loaded into the memory, so we need to search the program will be executed where, which data structure is needed, or which system the program requires so that it can be executed properly. So for that we need searching and sorting. The next is I/O program. I/O means input and output program. It is a communication between information processing, a information processing. A computer that uses memory mapped I/O accesses hardware by reading and writing to the specific memory location. Now when we connect any hardware to the system, so that system uses memory mapped I/O interface to access the hardware by reading and writing to the specific memory location. So when we connect a hardware the hardware is needed to be written in specific memory location so that we can access that hardware. So I/O program is basically a program which is used for communication between the input and output devices. Now file system. A file system is a method and data structure that an operating system uses to keep track of files on a disk or partition. Now generally when we store a data, store a file or store any application program, we need a type of file system, and file system are the methods which keep the track of the files and the disk partition where the program is saved or the application program is saved. Now next is scheduler. Scheduling is a method by which work specified by means is to assign. A scheduler is what carries out the scheduling activity. Actually, scheduler is used to schedule the task. Now nowadays we are using very high-end operating systems, so it is each and every operating system is multi-user and multitasking. So for that we need to schedule the task, what should be executed first and what should be executed last. So that is a scheduler carries a scheduling activity, what it's need to process and what it is trying to process. So scheduler schedules the program so that it can be performed and executed easily. Libraries. Now a library is a collection of non-volatile resources used by computer programs often to develop software. As I told earlier, the loader loads the system and the libraries, because library is a collection of non-volatile resources. They are used by computer programs. We are using nowadays systems, but to develop a software, to develop a system, we need to obtain libraries. We need to obtain the files from the library present in the computer systems. For example, if we are using C, so there are some reserved keywords and there are some reserved words, and for that we need libraries. Libraries are already created. So for using that function or using that program, we need libraries. So therefore, libraries are mainly used to develop software. Memory management. Now memory management is the process of controlling and coordinating computer memory. As we know, computer has two types of memory, main memory and secondary memory. So main memory is the program which is currently executing is always stored in the main memory, that is RAM. So the memory management, it is a process of controlling and coordinating computer memory. So if we are loading a program into the main memory for execution, it needs to interact with the memory where the program is saved. It needs to interact with the secondary memory. So memory management is used for that. Now device management. Device management is a process of managing the implementation, operating and maintenance of a physical or virtual device with the help of driver program. Now device management, if we connect any external device to a system, so for that device we need a driver. What is a driver? A driver is a system program. A driver is a system and application program which is used to run that specific device. Machine structure. Memory is connected to I/O processor and the CPU, and I/O is connected to future input and output devices. This is also known as general hardware organization of computer system. We began by sketching the general hardware organization of computer system. So memory is a device where information is stored. As we already know, processors are the devices that operate on the information which is stored in the memory. Now in a system, each 1 or 0 is a separate binary digit called a bit. We know system understand 1 and 0. So 1 and 0 are separately known as separately binary digits known as a bit. Bits are typically grouped in a unit that are called words, characters or bytes. The group of multiple bits are known as words, characters or bytes. Thank you so much guys for watching my lecture. For more lecture inquiries you can contact me on my email ID, which is given on your screen, and description is given in the link. And special thanks to my official partners which helped me to make this lecture just for the students of 4th sem, because this is a very difficult subject to understand. So I would like to thank Sony and my DSLR Sony Alpha A58 for the beautiful support, and especially the main part, the main ending, everything, the main support to my camera was given by Reconnect. Reconnect is a tripod which I used to place my camera so that I can record my own video. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. If you liked my video, you can subscribe to my channel. And after some days, and now we'll continue to put more videos on next topic as well as next units, so that each and everybody can study system programming in a complete way. Thank you so much. Thank you.